The journey of life, the soul's quest. It's your story as well as mine. It is soul that lends movement to life. It is the soul that teaches us to live and teaches us to die. It is this that teaches us to love. It is this that teaches us to hate. It is this that fills us with pride. It is this which teaches us humility. Damn it! It is this which makes us sin and also sometimes helps us plant the tender saplings of goodness. The long journey of soul shall never end from the mother's womb through childhood, youth, old age, and death and rebirth. The cycle is endless. Let us salute our soul, which has brought us together for this wonderful experience. What is this life? And what is this journey? Neither you know, nor I. You talk too much, so do I. You too die every moment, so do I. We have to talk about the soul's journey. We have to talk about the grave. Let's go and ask God, what is that grave? If we have to talk about the journey, we have to talk about life. If we have to talk about the journey, we have to talk about death. Sometimes good fortune throws us up to the sky. Sometimes misfortune flings us down to the earth. Life is like a spool of the spinning wheel. The radiant life you enjoy today will not remain tomorrow. Preet, oh Preet, you talk too much about darkness. You should sometimes talk about light too. Preet, oh Preet, you are afraid of this world. You should also learn to fear God. Let's sit together and chat. Let's celebrate these moments of togetherness. You were asking for directions from me? Said God. Today you have come to tell me something. I am not blaming anyone for anything, as myself am helpless and helpless. Let's talk about the comforts of the mother's womb and also sorrows flowing from that. I think there cannot be a better home than the mother's womb. When I think of that, I do not think I would ever like to die. I was like a lump of flesh which neither spoke nor asked for anything. I was not bothered about the breath nor about the hurdles on the way. There was neither lust for life nor fear of death. There was no fear of day. There was no fear of night. There was no fear of talking. There was no fear of being watched. There was no worry of standing up or of falling down. There was no worry of sitting or of being drenched in the rain. Sometimes I said something, sometimes she said, sometimes I understood, sometimes she guessed. There was solace, there was madness, there was worship, and there was the code. I saw the birds chirping there. I played with the snow and also basked in the sun. Sometimes I talked to the stars. Sometimes I chatted with the moon. Sometimes if I got angry, the moon himself came down to woo me. While in the mother's womb, I was perturbed by the thought of discrimination. I also thought whether I would be a boy or a girl, because if I would be a girl, they might burn me. They can burn me. If it is so easy to kill, why do you believe in religion? If it is so easy to kill, why do you believe in karma? I am but a reflection of my mother dear. I am but the caption of your aspirations. The time has come when I shall be torn asunder from my mother's womb. And I have to see the world, and there will be noises of all kinds. Now my mother shall have to bear the pangs of childbirth. It appears I have forgotten that thick shadow. Now man has appeared on the scene. Now we shall talk about the man. O my powerful God, we shall together bear the joys and sorrows of life. Sometimes I think how you must have torn me apart from your body. Sometimes I think, after separation from you, what shall be my fate? Sometimes my father rebukes you, and sometimes my grandma torments you. You are burning in the fire, and yet you protect me by holding me to your bosom. For me, your milk is the nectar of life. Sometimes your near and dear ones hurt you with poisonous arrows. Sometimes you do strange, silly things to protect me from the evil glances. Sometimes you hang something on the door to nullify the effect of evil. Oh man, do not think this is mere superstition. In fact, it is pure love of the mother for the child. Evil glances do cause evil, and most of us are victims of evil everywhere.
So tender was I that my father was afraid of lifting me up. So innocent was he that he did not know I should fall and fall.
He tickled me, and I too smiled in response. He sometimes pinched me in order to hear my innocent cry. My father hardly knew that the evils of the world would break me. Since I have come into the world in the Kal Yuga, even he did not recognize me. This is the story of life, and we have to talk about the relationships of the world. If you get good relations, you do not need angels. I arose and fell and rose again. Sometimes I walked a few steps despite my fall. It did not matter to me at all. So far as I was able to look into the mirror of my mother's eyes, though I was soiled and sullied, it did not matter to me at all. I was aware of neither life nor death. I was aware of neither work nor of idleness. The home was my temple. The home was my church. I can neither forget the floor where I toddled nor the room upstairs. I was eager neither to learn nor to fight. I was fond of neither weapons or sharp swords. How can I forget the little slap of my father? How can I forget the big cracks in the world? My school bag was heavy. My childhood was lovable. Even my father's fist appeared very appetizing. There was neither love nor hatred in my heart. No one appeared to be a stranger. The whole mankind appeared to be mine. The sweater knitted by my mother, which I wore, protected me from all the snows and storms of the world. I had great respect then for my father looking askance at me. I had no illusion about any relationships. Nor did I know the difference between victory and defeat and the meaning of falling stars. Now I began to know about the joys and sorrows of the world. Now I knew about the candle and the moth. If I do not talk about one relationship, this story would remain ever incomplete. If I want my sister to tie the sacred thread on my wrist, it is also imperative that I protect her honor at all times. The brother-sister relationship has a uniqueness of its own. Sometimes I feel a sister is a man's good fortune. Now I am ascending the stairs of life. My forehead is plowed with worries. Let me tell you frankly that the memory of my mother's womb has always haunted me. I am not nostalgic even about my childhood. My soul has seen the birds returning from abroad. I have also seen the souls who never think of returning to their native land. I have seen the fire burning in the heart of a mother who is thirsting to see her son. I have seen fathers' eyes shedding tears on the departure of his son. Today the landed property has altered the destiny of people, and materialistic gains transform the profiles of people. Oh my God, you feed some people in plates of gold, and you make some people sleep hungry at night. I can only say that you alone know how to run the world. I am nobody to comment on it. I appeal to you, God, O God, to take pity on the hungry, lest they should die of hunger. Now the time have changed so has the devil. Now the world has changed, so have the concerns. There is neither that beauty nor those beautiful women. Now the world is racked by worries, and the world has lost its peace and tranquility. Who talks of the nation today? And who talks of the sacrifices of martyrs? Everyone is dying every moment and talking of the worries of life. I have been a mute witness to the blood-sucking leaders and their devilish acts. What is the use of these words now, when I did not feel there was time for them? While we are all destined to die one day, why was I afraid of speaking the truth? While I knew that everything acquired will have to be left behind, why did I gather so much? I have seen people killing others for the sake of honor. I have seen fathers raping their daughters to satisfy their lust. I have seen people remembering martyrs for their own selfish ends. They think they will go to heaven with all their money. Now the preachers don the robes of great prophets for their self-glorification. What is the use of their pomp and glory? What is the use of all this false display of wealth and power? They are talking in the terms of millions and billions. How will they teach us contentment? I am the dancing girl of my Lord, and only He can make me understand the enigma of life. My wounds are fresh. Only He can apply the healing balm. Why have you come to this city of stones and won the hearts of the people without doing anything? All this is the play of destiny and the lines on the palm of the hand. Some people go on exploiting in the name of culture. Some people shamelessly smile even after selling their motherland. It seems now everything is over. The relations and their affections, the mother and her son, all are sold. Their eyes are unable to see anything good. Now the times have changed, and daughters are not afraid of their parents. The winds from abroad have played havoc with our relationships. Since the trees have been uprooted, there is no shade. Some people die prematurely. Some people continue to live even after their death. Some people have the urge to live, and some are consumed by the fire of passion. Some people count the stars, others cannot count the steps on the earth. Some people have their lobes buttered on both sides. Some cannot claim even their rightful due. All these are the whims of God, which I have called upon to record. He looks serenely in the heaven, and we are made to suffer on the earth. God gave me large bungalow and cars, and I do not know what else should I ask for. What I wanted to seek, I could not speak. Now the sands of life are gradually becoming a part of life. Though I now get injured every day, the injuries are automatically healed every day. I remember my childhood chums and also my one-time flame. How can I forget the one who held me to her bosom? Sometimes God brought me out of water to make me squirm like a fish. When I could not even walk, He asked me to perform rigorous exercise. Seasons changed and people had to change too. When I had to walk so long, I had to reach the destination. I sometimes talked of religion while seeing others die. I was afraid to die. Eventually, I struggled to reach the destination where death was waiting for me. My body kept burning in the fire all the time, and today my soul to God singed. It is the soul which made me realize that it takes no time to create great differences. It is difficult to bridge the gulfs. Do I ever remember past relationships? I sometimes wonder whether life is a gateway to immortality or to death. I sometimes wonder whether death is a dispenser of grief or solace. I closed my eyes and relinquished my body. I slept peacefully, but wrenched the hearts of many well-wishers. The body grew cold, and hot winds began to blow. Those who called me theirs now left me alone. The eyes were closed, no doubt. I had a feeling that I was leaving the world behind. I could not resist the temptation of money, and I could not give up my ego while living. Now even the bank notes and securities in the coffers of banks smile at me ironically. Those who rob others of their nests never live in peace themselves. Now my soul once again longed to re-enter the body. It begged me to save the body from burning. I told my soul that flowers once separated from the branch can never be reunited. There was a time when rivers flowed with the nectar of life. Now they are all filled with poison. Those who called me corrupt and murderous while I was living shed crocodile tears on my death, and were happy to see me dead. Now people were about to take my body to the cremation ground, but my soul was smiling. But she who called me her own Preet, she even did not come on my death. Like the coin, life too has two sides. The people will show signs of sorrows for some time, and then will get going with their work as usual. When they performed the last rite, my heart too got broken. One who walked with pride in long strides now lost his head. I cried that she should comb my hair with her fingers. Only a few moments were there for my burning on the funeral pyre. The closer I went to the pyre, my soul shivered and shriveled. I was repenting for my past deeds. I begged my mother to save me, to hold me closer to her bosom. The soul curiously watched which of my friends kept their word and which did not. Those who were always clinging to me, why did they not come today? What was their helplessness? When I reached by the pyre, they brought my body down. I recalled with fear the sight of a dying man in the neighborhood. Now the destination was close by, and I had to move forward. If God asked me for a wish, I was thirsting for another lease of life. Now even my own people refer to me as a corpse. It is these very people who were always by my side while I was alive. They put iron rods on all four sides, lest I should run away. When there was the light of life, I did not run. How could I run now? I had become a mere shadow of life. While they are piling wood on my chest, I cried with agony and pain. My soul too cried with agony when one of my own people shouted, "Set him aflame." My body was covered with shawls and flowers. It was already very hot, and they buried me under a pile of wood to torment me. The conflagration caused another conflagration inside me. I cried and tried to tell people not to weep, because I too had thrown them out of my heart, out of Preet's heart. Now my soul will have to look for another womb. Now my soul will beguile another woman to accept me. This is the cycle of birth and death. This is the cycle of karmas and karmas. Thank God I got my mother's womb. Thank God my soul got another home again. Preet's soul got home again. Oh God, help me. Oh God, help me.